Welcome to Auto Marketing Now. On today's show, we're going to get you ready for the NADA convention and talk about Google Analytics, the modern uplog to your virtual showroom. Of course, we're going to have our popular email grab bag, so what are you waiting for? Let's get started with today's show.
You're watching Auto Marketing Now. Today's show is brought to you by CDK Global, evolving the automotive retail experience.
I wanted to come into the lab today and prep you for the upcoming NADA convention. And if you're not going to this year's convention, don't worry, because what we're going to cover on today's show is vitally important for your digital marketing efforts in the year ahead. At the NADA convention, I'll be giving 3 workshops on Google Analytics, the modern uplog to your virtual showroom. And I want to encourage everyone who's going to NADA or who's watching this show to understand one thing. As we spend more money on digital marketing, we must be set up to measure conversion properly and attribution. We need to be able to inspect the quality of the traffic we're paying for, not just looking at the quantity, how many people visited your website each month. So let's dive into this a little bit further. I want to talk about conversions first. There are 4 hard conversions that dealers should be measuring in Google Analytics. They are lead forms, phone calls, chat sessions, and text messages. Now, for most of you, your website provider, if they support Google Analytics, will record an event or goal when somebody completes a lead form. Now, there's one exception. Your service schedulers, your finance application, anything that's iframed, Google Analytics can't see. So I'm talking about your e-price forms, maybe your trade-in forms if it's not third-party. Those key e-price or get more information or lock in your price forms should be recorded in Google Analytics. Yet, the #1 conversion channel for all digital marketing today is the phone, and the majority of you watching today's show, if you went into Google Analytics and looked to see if you had phone call conversions logged in Analytics, you wouldn't see them. It's odd. Dealers are spending more on digital marketing. I travel the country, I look at hundreds of Google Analytics accounts, and I haven't seen one dealer recently, not one, that had all 4 hard conversions properly set up in Analytics. Ladies and gentlemen watching today's show, please invest in dynamic number insertion, or DNI, and work with a competent partner to record a conversion event through the phone in Google Analytics. Companies like Call Review, led by Chip King, or Car Wars, led by Cassie Bremer, are 2 of the top companies that will not only install DNI, but record those phone calls, score them, and help you improve your #1 conversion channel. When it comes to chat, again, it is a very effective way to greet customers on your website to create that concierge experience. Yet, when you're sending people to your website, are you recording which traffic sources converted to a chat session? Now, one of the benefits of joining the PCG Engagement Project is that vendors who believe in transparency and believe in giving you the information you need to inspect their marketing results, well, support Google Analytics event tracking. Companies like CarNow and CarChat24 are completely certified to send events into Google Analytics to record all engagements through chat. Companies like Dealer eProcess and Dealer Inspire are also finishing their certification so all chat sessions can be associated with the ad campaign that drove the consumer to your website. Lastly, text messaging is on the rise. When done properly, text messaging gives you a very strong and highly engaged communication channel with consumers. But if you are using Facebook advertising and someone decides to visit your website and you offer them a chat opportunity or a text messaging opportunity, are those text message sessions being recorded as a conversion in Google Analytics? They should be. Then again, some of you are wondering, why did your vendors not set up Google Analytics properly in the first place? Well, I can't answer that, but I will tell you, if you want to make smarter business decisions, marketing decisions in 2017, you need to clean up your Google Analytics. I'm going to be talking about that at my NADA workshop. But for today, I want to challenge you to write down this one simple task. Contact your website company, your chat company, your call tracking company, your text messaging company, and demand that all hard conversions are recorded in Google Analytics. Here's my commitment to you. If you set up your hard conversions in Google Analytics, which only represents anywhere from 10 to 15% of your total visitor traffic, I can help you measure the quality of that 80 to 90% who don't convert. And that is going to give you a competitive advantage in 2017. You see, most of the marketing reports you've been receiving have not given you actionable data. With the help of PCG and our public open project called the PCG Engagement Project, we can install Google Tag Manager scripts on your website to score what consumers are doing on your website, and then roll up all that information in our VistaDash software to give you the insights to identify bots, blunders, and bloat. Bots are artificial technology that's chewing up your ad budget. They're not consumers. It's click fraud. And, well, every dealer who's watching this show today has an issue with bots, whether you know it or not. What are blunders? How about advertising agencies making the wrong decisions on where to take consumers and having high bounce rate or low engagement? And what about bloat? How about spending too much money on terms that, well, are not generating any engagement? Meaning, I've seen studies where a dealer has cut down their budget 30% and yet increased their conversions and engagement scores 100%. Do you understand? If you don't have the tools, and if you don't have Google Analytics set up, you're going to be wasting money this year. Ladies and gentlemen watching today's show, we're in the lab to make one clear point. Google Analytics is the modern uplog to your virtual showroom. As you spend more money on digital marketing, it's your job to make sure that all lead forms, phone calls, chat sessions, and text messages are recorded in Google Analytics. And then I can help you make smarter decisions to eliminate bots, blunders, and bloat by joining the PCG Engagement Project. It's that simple. If you're going to NADA, join me at booth 1261, and I'll show you exactly what I mean by using Google Tag Manager to score engagement. If you're going to NADA and can come to one of my workshop sessions, we'll talk about this in greater detail, and I will show you how you can identify waste in your marketing budget. But under no circumstances, whether you're going to NADA or not, you can't afford to ignore Google Analytics. It's your only independent tool to verify that your agency partners, your website partners, and your technology partners are doing the right thing. So what are you waiting for? Get on the phone. Get your 4 conversion sources recorded in Google Analytics, and then reach out to me, and I'll send you some information on the PCG Engagement Project so you can track consumer engagement to make smarter marketing decisions this year. And that's today's In the Lab session. And now for today's email grab bag question. A used car manager wrote in to ask, Brian, I've been tracking engagement on my used car marketing campaigns. Can you explain to me why 70 to 80% of my campaign traffic is not engaging with my used car inventory? Well, I saved this question because I wrote about this week on LinkedIn. That's right. In preparation for NADA, I wanted to challenge all the used car managers to look more carefully at the technology that they're using to sell their used cars. Here's what I found. Since we can track consumer engagement, wouldn't it make sense that if someone was really in market for a used car and the ad tech that the dealership is using is truly matching the right keywords with the right inventory, wouldn't a majority of the consumers landing on a search results page or a vehicle detail page engage with the inventory? Has anybody bought a used car from your dealership without opening the doors, opening the trunk and engine compartment? Wouldn't you agree with me that someone who is interested in a used car would be at least looking through the photos, scrolling down the page to read the features or accessories, clicking on one of the buttons, maybe to play the video or to download the Pure Cars market value report? What happens when 70 to 80% of the traffic in your used car campaign is not doing any of those things? Well, what you're experiencing, I've seen now dozens of times as I'm inspecting used car marketing campaigns in VistaDash. Here's what's happening. Some advertising technology companies are not testing which is the right page to take consumers, and consumers are being shoved into a search results page or a VDP, and they don't want to be there and they leave. Now, you could call that a bounce. But there are times when someone is taken to a VDP, it's the right page, and they scroll down and they look at the pictures. I don't care that they visit only one page. But if they only visit one page, I want to see that they engage. So what is likely happening to you is that your ad tech company is not making the smart choices on where to take consumers, or their targeting is off. Let me explain. I found a number of cases where instead of buying used car keywords, branded keywords were being inserted in the used car marketing campaigns. Why? Well, because branded keywords like your dealership name are cheap and they convert really the highest out of most of the campaigns that you could do on AdWords. Why? People are just typing in your dealership name to quickly get to your website, to call you, to set an appointment, or to check on the status. Branded keyword campaigns have high phone call conversion and low cost per click. So if your ad tech isn't doing a good job in generating conversions at a reasonable cost, doesn't it make sense that someone could just throw in branded keywords to lower the cost per click on average on the campaign and increase conversions and look like a superstar? Ladies and gentlemen, if ad tech companies tell you that they know in-market used car shoppers, and that they're matching keywords that consumers are using in Google to specific inventory, and 80% of those people don't engage, don't scroll, don't click, don't watch a video, don't go through the photo gallery, don't click on any of your call to action buttons, you have a problem. And that problem can only be discovered when you start measuring traffic quality. I'm so glad you wrote in today to ask that question, because the metrics that most used car managers have been presented with $5,000 your monthly budget, here is your average cost per click, how many people click through to your ads, how many leads you got, that's it. You can't inspect quality if the metrics you're looking at describe quantity. So I hope that helps you. To answer that question, you need to start measuring the quality of your used car campaign traffic. If you have a question and I use it on the show, I'll send you a free copy of my latest book, Mastering Automotive Digital Marketing, the 2017 edition, which has been updated for NADA. It's the only textbook in the automotive industry and used at Northwood University to train the next generation of automotive marketing professionals. Thank you so much for watching today's show. I'll see you at NADA at booth 1261, and if not, you have homework to do. Get your Google Analytics cleaned up to make smarter marketing decisions in the year ahead. Thanks for watching today's show.